it's day 8. Excuse the background noise, but that is my heater, which is chugging away today because it's about 0 degrees outside. So I just thought I'd come and say hi whilst I'm just going to start ironing this gorgeous viscose jacquard, and I think I'm just going to turn down the heat on the iron just whilst I get confident because I don't want to damage it. This afternoon's plan, I have spent my morning catching up on admin. There is so much admin to do all the time, it's very boring. I've been paying invoices, so I'm kind of up to date with my bill paying, which is always a nice feeling. And yeah, now I'm just gonna get on with cutting out Juliet's dress, and I thought I would cut out the Sabina skirt too if I've got time, which is why I'm just gonna give this a little iron. Yeah, I'll show you how I get on, and you might notice Marcus is wearing his shirt. It still needs the buttons putting on, but I thought, hey ho, let's get the poor man dress. And he's got on a pair of Simplicity trousers, like cargo pants, which I made a while ago. So he's nice and cosy, and he's holding a Jenny Stitches bag because he is a good boy and he knows to shop local this Christmas. Quick question for you, do you press your pattern pieces before you cut out? Because I've done quite a lot of sewing recently with patterns that I have printed myself onto on the A0 printer, and it's like an 80 GSM, it's a lovely weight of paper. And going back to working with a big 4 pattern, I just forgot how fiddly tissue is, it drives me mad. So it was a fiddle to cut out, but it's always so wrinkled, so I always give it a nice cool iron. So if you haven't tried that, I would make sure you do. Definitely recommend just a very light pass over with the iron. Now I'm just checking with this, I'm checking the direction of the nap on the velvet, making sure I cut everything in the same direction. Yeah, let's get stuck in. So it's at this point that I really wish I'd brought my overlocker. Not my overlocker, my rotary cutter from home. I could take another one off the shelf, I do have them in stock, but I don't like to abuse the haberdashery if necessary, unless completely necessary. There are times when I wish I had a full separate sewing setup at home, but unfortunately I don't have the space to do that. So yeah, I wish I'd got my rotary, or, oh, these scissors are, hang on, these are the paper scissors, that's why. I wish I also had, the other day I took home a pair of Prim, the exact micro serration shears. Hang on, I'll grab a pair and show you. They're these ones, 611508, and they're just standard dressmaking shears, but they've got these like serrated blades. And I know my mum always mentions she had a pair of red handled serrated blade dressmaking shears. They're one of those things that I can remember really clearly from my childhood, these red dressmaking scissors, probably because I wasn't allowed to touch them. And yeah, she always said the serrated blades were good, so I've got a pair of those out at home to try. Now, I love my orange handled Fiskars. I've got about 3 pairs on the go in the shop at any one time. I've got a pair there that I use for paper. They're just fab, they're just absolute workhorse scissors, but I must admit these serrated ones are really, really nice. They are I want to say a cut above, but no pun intended. They're lovely, and in particular the points, like the tips at the end of the scissors are really sharp, but that may just be that compared to the sets of scissors that I have, like these, I get these sharpened regularly, but they are quite old now and they have seen a lot of use. So yeah, I'll let you know. I'm sort of giving them a little bit of time, and then I'm going to put a bit of an update on the channel as to what I think of them and whether I think they're worth upgrading from like a sort of regular set. But oh, so much fluff. Just reminded myself of a little tip that my mum used to give me when I was first starting to sew, and that was when she cut out her pattern pieces in the tissue, she would cut slightly, just like maybe 1/8 of an inch bigger than the cutting line. She would leave it over and then pin it down, because she always felt that when she cut out, she could then cut down the cutting line more exactly, and that the paper, particularly if you were using a slippy fabric, the paper would sort of give it a bit more grip. I can't say that's something that I do on the regular, but I do think it does work, so I'll pass that on. Top tip from Mummy Stitches. But yeah, you'll have to let me know. I was just thinking about, I think it's very nostalgic making a dress for my daughter. Reminds me of all the lovely Christmas clothes that my mum used to make for me. And in particular, I can remember going to the market and buying like some black velvet, and I remember this one with all like a spandex with coloured sequins on it, and making these fabulous twirly party dresses for me. And like as a kid, that was such a special memory. So yeah, if you want to know more about sort of what like my mum's dressmaking history and any of that, maybe I'll have to have a chat to her, see if she will come on as part of Vlogmas. Maybe we'll have a little trip down memory lane, get the picture album out. Sorry, I just had to stop filming because I had a customer in. Okay, so I've got everything cut out now. I've got a front and a back and this voluminous sleeve piece. This is going to have elastic around the bottom to sort of make it into a little frilly gathered cuff. The only thing I haven't cut out is the neckband, and I'm just going to leave that pinned up and take it home like that and cut it out at home, because I do want to do that with the rotary. I find if I cut neckbands with scissors, they can end up a bit wibbly, whereas I like to do it at home. Obviously on a cutting mat, so I've got a smaller one at home, and with a rotary and a metal ruler. And my husband is an engineer and we have a lot of metal rulers at home, so they're really handy. You can get them nice and flat and just slice that neckband lovely and square, so that when you get it on your garment, it's really accurate. So I've got the worst of it done. I'm just going to match some thread now to this. I'm going to check that I've got a matching thread. I wonder if I could get away with a Mariflex in this one. And overlocker threads. So I'm going to check what I've got in my thread box, which is out the back, and then I'm going to have a little clear up because there's bits everywhere. And then I'm going to cut out the paper pieces for the Sabina skirt, but then I think I will take those home to cut out again, because I want to use those prim shears and try them on that lovely fine viscose. I think they would be great on there. So let's get going. Anyone else's threads this organised? This is wonderful, isn't it? Obviously I've sewn this, as I've mentioned before, I've sewn this fabric before for Juliet, so I've got Quartz Moon for the overlocker, so I've already got those, so I don't need to take anything off the display. I seem to have 2 spools of this shade of Gutterman, 959, so that's a little bit light, which is a shame. I think after that, oh, I don't know what that one is. Looks like a 310, and that's when you know you need to get out a bit more, when you know your Gutterman numbers. A little bit dark. Oh no, that's a 310, that's darker. I think I'm going to check the Mariflex, and then we'll see. Oh, that's not bad. What's that? 322. Because if I could use Mariflex, that would be ideal. It's got 8% spandex in this, so it's seriously stretchy. Let's go and see what we've got. This looks like it has potential. This is shade 315 in Mariflex. It's not perfect, but I think it's close enough. Can you see that on there? Hopefully not. I think with the shininess of the velvet, I could pull this off. There won't be much visible top stitching, but it does mean I can use that lovely stretchy thread. So I think I'll go with that. I wonder if that's what, oh, that's different. I wonder what, I must have used something last time and just used it up, because I usually have all sorts of bits and pieces, and I don't know why I've got so much of that colour. So there we go, that's those. Sabina. Let's see. Sorry, I've just been eating chocolate orange. I bought some segments for the shop and I swore that I wouldn't have. Oh, do you know, I've not decided what size I'm making in this. I better go and have a look at that. All the rubbish to go home. It is 3:15, so I'm going to pop across to the nail studio. Don't tell anyone that I'm skipping work, and see if they've got room to squeeze me in. I'm back and I got them done. You can see. Oh, come on, focus. There we go. So I got a red sparkle with a snowflake, which feels very indulgent. But anyway, I am just quickly going to do today's countdown calendar, and then I'm going to go home. We have got karate this evening. I'm sorry, I'm eating a piece of chocolate. So that will be the last from me today, and I will get this uploaded tomorrow. So where are we up to? 21, 20, it was 19, 18 yesterday, wasn't it? So 17 today. This window down here. What have we got? Oh, that's cool. That was tricky. Oh, I wonder where you put that, because it's like a flat. You'd have to stitch around the edges of it. Where can I put these? Love it. Right, have a lovely evening. I'll see you tomorrow.